Alright, welcome neighbors to Miracle Farm 1927 Homestead. And working on this truck today. Just a little bit. Trying to get ready for our annual Denton trip. This will be our... I'm not sure which year this will be. Probably 49 years in a row, maybe something like that. This is in our 4th year in a row taking exhibits. So this year I'm finally going to get to take my big truck. I've been trying to get this thing running. If you've stayed along with it, I finally got running. I've went to a couple shows this year with it, and made several trips hauling tractors, and it's been doing good. So we're trying to get it ready to go to Denton, which is about 40 miles, something like that. So just trying to get everything, so it's fine for a 40-mile trip. I wouldn't be scared to get in it right now and go, but try to keep up with a little road safety. So today we're going to address this situation. So these front tires, these are 1020s, and they're, if you don't know about truck wheels, that's not the best thing. So these are split rims, and a lot of people are scared to mess with split rims. I've never really done much with them. These are just 2-piece wheels. They're not that bad, but anyway, we're not going to deal with these. I have some 1-piece wheels because I'm changing it over to 22.5s, just because it's an easier tire to acquire. These are bias plies. These are mile mark. Just an old bias ply tire, and it would outlast anything that I'm going to put back on this truck, but I don't want to get pulled over, and there's plenty of just like little hairline cracks and stuff, so I wouldn't want to get pulled over and have a dumb excuse of, oh, your tires got some cracks in it, whatever. So that's what I'm doing today, is getting the new wheels and fixing them up, and maybe put a tire or two on. I'm not going to take these off yet because I've got to get like a day ready, because I'm going to I gotta pack these wheel bearings, and that's just a fun thing. But anyway, I haven't really done much to the truck since the last time you seen it. I have changed the back tires, so all the tires that I have come off of a buddy of ours truck. He he runs a heavy hauler, so he doesn't run tires all the way down because he wants to make sure he's got a good set. So these were the two, he gave me a whole set, and these were the two best, I don't know if you can really see. These were the two best tires because he had blowouts, and he changed these two. So I had these two. They're pretty good. And the rest of them, these inner lines were fine, but these lines across the tread were kind of, they were kind of wore down. So these were two really good tires. These tires the tread on these tires will outlast the sidewalls probably, no more than I run them. I think the other ones, not these two, I think the other ones have like 400,000 miles on them or something. Just like a ridiculous amount of miles. So no more than I drive this truck. Like I said, the tread will outlast the sidewall. But these are pretty nice. They're hand cooks. Just a heavy duty tire. Like I said, he hauls like 130,000 pounds on his truck, so you know, road tractor. So these will be fine for, you know, my my little bit of hauling. So we got these mounted up, got them on there straight and everything. I gotta get me some mud flaps. That's my next purchase probably, because this one's not too bad. The other one's kind of tore up, but anyway, pretty good on this side. But like I said, my other ones weren't quite as good. So all that was wrong with them, like I said, was the lines in the middle was gone. So these are this side. So as you can see, these still look pretty good. What I've done is, like I said, these lines were fine. So I took a grinder and I ground every, you can see they're a little bit overcut some places, but I ground every tread out. I'm kind of proud of myself. But I ground every tread out and made new tread. So like I said, this tread will outlast the sidewall again, so I'm not too worried. Now I've just got to get the fronts changed. Show you what I've got done. I've got one wheel already fixed for the front. So I've got all this. It's kind of got dirty sitting here, but I got all this primered, and I've got the inside painted white. They look okay, or it looks okay for his little little work I done to them. It should be dry. I done that last night. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. I got a little bit of overspray on the primer, but I'm not too worried. That's going to be inside the tire. So I painted the primer first. So anyway, that wheel's in pretty good shape. It just had a little bit of rust. Not too bad. I think this was like a brand new wheel, and it's just been sitting outside. It was it had primer on it. It was complete, just gray primer. Anyway, I'm going to get this wheel in the shop, let it start cooling down, and get my other wheel. Now the problem with my other wheel is it is being used as a jack stand under a tractor, because it was a tractor that come in probably 6 months ago, and we've tore it apart, and the customer said he was going to get the parts, and we have yet to see the parts. So it's still split in half and we're using the front wheel, my other wheel, as a stand to let it sit on. So now I've got to get in there and get enough blocks and stuff to try to get my wheel. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll be back when I get that done. So see y'all then. Alright, so I've got it mostly all the old primer and all the big chunks of rust off. You know, just kind of roughed it up a bit. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not too extremely worried. I just like, mostly what I'm doing is getting the rust patches down and primering over them so it doesn't grow rust inside the tire. But I'm gonna go ahead and paint the inside too, because it just looks a little better. And so anyway, it's as prepped as it's going to be. I'm going to blow it off, get all this old paint and rust particles off, and then I will start painting. I'll put my primer on first, and then we'll paint the inside. So alright, so now we're going to go over it and put us a nice thick coat of primer on the inside of the wheel. That will be good so it won't have any rust build on the inside and make us a nice smooth surface to beat our tire on. Especially this primer. Get some out of the can and shake it a bit more. It's pretty watery. On there thick though. Just so we get where I've ground off painted is all I really care about. That's done. Get on there pretty thick. Ain't hurt nothing. If it runs a little bit, it's the inside of the tire. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you're selling wheels, you could do it a little bit better, but sure I ain't got no bare metal anywhere, and that's all I'm worried about. Alrighty, now on to the paint. Alrighty, I got my paint shook up. I'm gonna leave y'all right here. I'm trying to keep the camera cool. It's kind of hot, so I'm leaving y'all in the shade. Sorry if the air compressor is too loud, but it's kind of the way it is. I'm gonna leave y'all in the shade, so it's not really a good angle of painting, but you don't really need to see a good angle of me painting, especially when it's my own stuff. So good white paint. So first what we're going to do, get a nice skim layer inside the wheel, and try to get all the paint we can in there, and then we'll paint the outer ring, which will actually show, but I don't know, it's kind of whatever I can get painted, get painted. Really nice some more of this ring, this inner ring turned over. Hard to get all of it. Back in there. We use a pretty thick layer of paint though. Alright, let's get this side now. Alright, we'll let that pack up a little bit now. See if I can touch that in. Nope, she's still wet on this side. I'll put a pretty thick layer. Just let her get tacky to the touch. I don't know paint come off on your finger. That means it's sticky enough to put you a shiny coat. Plenty of dirt on this side. Alrighty, well, don't want to bore you all anymore. I'll get this all finished up and start putting tires on. Alright, it is now a white wheel. It could use another coat. You can see where it's got a little thin there. Doing this for fun. I don't, you know, I don't worry about it too bad. I just thought, you know, just a little something to make it a little nicer. Got a nice grease print on it right there. But yeah, to make it better, it could use another coat, but I would like to get these mounted today, so I'm not going to worry about it. Most thing I was worried about is getting the primer on. So the primer's on, the wheel is painted. It's pretty good. I'm thinking about doing something to the truck. Doing like some sort of patina to it, because it's flaking. I'm taking a different front end. Hopefully next year, that's kind of once I get all the mechanical stuff done, like tires and axles and stuff. I'm going to put a different front clip on this truck. Mostly just needs this fender is rotted, and there's a hole in the hood, but I think I'll keep the hood. But both the fenders are rotted right there, and I'm going to put a different front. I got a really nice, so that's the thing, I have a really nice C70 cab and front fenders and everything, so probably going to do some swapping around, you know, may give this thing a little facelift, but that don't hurt, the paint don't hurt the running part. I've went through all the brakes and the whole air system and all that kind of stuff, so anyway, we'll get these tires on and see what we can do. Alrighty, we're going to try and get this wheel on, or tire on the wheel. This is why I don't worry about paint too much, because you just scratch the wheel all up when you're trying to put the tire on anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Get it pretty slick. Get my hammer. Alright, now we're going to do this pretty exact. Now we want to be on the wheel. It's got to be in just the right place. Now, hit your wheel with a hammer. Alrighty, there she's on the first side. Wasn't too bad. Hit my wheel a couple times. But pretty good. Alrighty, let's spray this side. Nice and soaked up. You always gotta have you a few different options for tire tools. I got this one. This is off of a tire changer for a Harbor Freight tire changer kit. It doesn't work great for these 22.5s. It's not quite, it's got like a little, I don't know if you can see a little notch. It's not quite long enough. And so we use this old style tire tool. As much as I can. Fell on there. That was a lot easier than the back tires was. So anyway, I'll mount it up. Just gotta fill it with air now. Alrighty, so I got the other tire mounted. It was pretty uneventful, so got it on there. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time.